Brian Myers here with Krav Maga applications at Pilsung ATA Martial Arts. Hey, this is the first of our physical training videos on Krav Maga. We're going to start with the very basics. I want to give everybody something they can work on at home while we're stuck at home during this COVID-19 thing. All right, so I want to start out with a little bit of psychology and a little bit of how an attack works. That way we understand how to deal with it most effectively. So we've got four basic phases to an attack. We have the pre-engagement stage. That is at a distance. Maybe somebody's watching you. Maybe you're not even aware of it, but somebody might be sizing you up for some reason. They're looking to attack you, looking to mug you, looking to whatever. This is the pre-engagement stage. So in this stage, you guys are going to be in a neutral stance. It's just every day I'm standing here, maybe I'm walking, okay? But it's a neutral position. It does not have any alert to it. You are not aware of what's going on yet. However, I hope as we go, you will become more alert. Okay? Next stage is engagement. Now, this is still at a distance. This is still before we make any kind of contact, probably even before we make verbal contact, but you have now noticed that somebody is kind of eyeballing you. They're kind of checking you out. Maybe they got a little too much interest in you or whatever you might be carrying, or maybe it's your kid with you or your wife or girlfriend. We want to make sure that we're starting to become more alert. One of the things that we can do is to set ourselves up so to present a smaller target, as well as to present an air or a position of, I know what I'm doing. I've got the confidence to handle this. So it's called blading. So you're going to step back with the side that you're dominant on. I happen to be a right-handed person, so I'm going to step back with my right foot. It's going to go back about shoulder width, and I'm going to my hands are still down low, okay? But I take that one step back. And now I'm smaller across the front. My shoulders turn in just a little bit. Maybe I turn in towards that person that I'm thinking I might be needing to protect. Okay? That way I can see them out of the corner of my eye. Okay? Then we go from engagement, that distance, to approach. Now the person, the attacker, the potential attacker is coming towards you. They're starting to maybe speak to you. We call it woofing. They're starting to say things that are very aggressive. They're trying to threaten you. They're trying to make you afraid of them. So you're already in the blade position. All you're going to do is you're going to take your hands, they're going to go onto your pockets, and then they're going to come up the center and out. Now, notice I bring them up my center and I bring them out so that I create a little bit of space. I'm creating just a little bit of a bumper here. That way, if they start to invade my personal space, they start to get a little bit too close, I have something there between me and them. Okay? Now, part of the reason I bring my hands to my pockets and then bring them up is what we call the center line principle. When somebody is presented with something on their visual center line, they are slower to react to it. Okay? And I'm going to go into that more in later videos, but it's a very important principle because we can use it for our advantage in self-defense. So again, they're engaging me, they're starting to eyeball me, I'm starting to notice that I blade. They start to approach, they start to woof, they're talking, they're doing a lot of mouthing. I'm going to bring my hands up, off of my pockets, up my center line, and fold outward. This is what we call our passive position. I still haven't made any aggressive moves. I'm starting to talk to them. I'm also starting to talk to myself, which we'll work on later videos as well. And then finally, my fourth is contact. And this is also what we would call the alert position. So that dominant hand comes back and it just sits right here on the collarbone. Couple of reasons. One, it's going to protect the throat, protect the collarbone. This is a very sensitive area. So if they were to try to reach out and grab or punch, we are protected in one of our most sensitive spots forward, as well as it gives me a center line strike that is masked. So you can see, it's hard to see from behind my other hand, and it's also coming down your center line as the attacker, so you are going to be slower to respond to it. And again, we'll talk more about that later. So again, we've got neutral. This is the pre-engagement stage. We have our bladed, my power side or my dominant side is back, passive, and alert. All right, guys, go ahead and practice that. Get good at it. Look in the mirror. Make sure you're making eye contact. Have somebody walk in on you. Maybe your wife or your husband. Maybe one of the kids. Have a little bit of fun with it. But get used to being able to move between those positions very smoothly. All right, guys, practice that. Come back and check out the next video.